I am Khomatsago Utukile, and interpreting in sign language is Kelebonye Babitseng Okatusa. Let us start with the headlines. Participation in traditional choir competitions key to psychosocial well-being. Churches urged to partner with government for sustainable development. While Masitaoka Football Club officials vow to turn the tide. We're broadcasting live from Gaborone, the capital. Good evening. Molapolole South Area Member of Parliament Mr. Kabo Moraing says traditional choirs are very critical in the socio-economic development of communities as they have a potential to diversify the tourism sector. He made the remarks recently at the choir festivals held at Diagane and Kotolaname, which had attracted more than 30 groups to showcase their musical talents. Lizzie Class.
From time immemorial, Molapolole constituency has been hosting traditional choirs during festival holidays. This time around, more than 30 choirs from Diagane Lines and Kotolaname also celebrated the holidays through music and dance. The main objective of this event is to address issues of gender-based violence and some of the social ills that mostly affects the youth.
Abu itumelo kantekera di Christmas le bonni biyar ba ba setse ba tsa gore ke nako tsa gore gongwe go lowe kante bangwe mo go bone ba simolle go dira ditsela dingwe tse leng tsa boruputle tse di sa letegeleng ke be ke nna le kakanyo ya gore botoka ke gore re mo malatsing a tshwanang le re be re ba phuthile ya ka re la ya
hale re bona re ntseana ra hile matlumo khara bolaope lona bo mmele borre are ruteng bana ba rona ba bashimanyana gore mosadi wa tlotlwa ga betswe batho betso a re tshentsheng re dira dilo botoka batho betso megopolo yotlhe e sa amogelesegeng re tlogele mo go 2023 re bo re tsena mo go 2024 re tsetswe sesha.
The area member of parliament, Mr. Moraing, says traditional choirs have the potential of transforming lives, especially the business communities in the small, medium and micro enterprises.
Re batla tsone tseo ha ile sengwe di gola. Re batla gore bajanala, re batla gore mo nakong e tlang go bo go tletse batho ba itse gore go di choire mo Kotolaname.
Re sampe re na le maikelo a gore di ska tsayela gore di kware di ska tsa bonala hela go le malatsi a di Christmas. Re na le maikelo a gore re di holiday dingwe re be re na dirana ka gore ngwa re tshwantse re busetse.
However, residents of the two villages were also urged to register for elections in the upcoming registration expected to commence on the 5th of January. Lizzie Class, BTV News, Kotolaname.
The Minister of Finance, Ms. Peggy Serame, has urged churches to engage government on various issues of interest to avoid conflict between the two. Speaking during the Gates of Heaven Network's 12th anniversary celebration in Maung, the minister highlighted that one of the critical roles of the church is to provide counsel and guidance to government, further urging churches not to distance themselves from government. Marangane Samakata reports.
The minister says churches are free to approach any government department requesting to be workshopped on various issues. She said this will familiarize church members with government policies and initiatives.
One of those areas was when we reviewed the Societies Act. There was some misunderstanding. But I'm here to say to you, in this nation, you will always be free to worship in whatever way. But there has to be order. And as government, we have a very difficult role of balancing the interests and making sure that we protect those who need to be protected.
The Financial Intelligence Act requires that all monetary transactions be monitored, including in the church.
There's a lot of money that comes into our hands.
We need to know where that money is coming from. We need to know the source of funds. We need to know the person who's donating that money, or whatever resources. That is what that is all about. And at the Ministry of Finance, we are ready to engage with you if you need us to come and engage with you so that we take you through the different sections of the law. We are willing to do that.
Member of Parliament for Maung East, Mr. Gorodetse Kgonegile, condemned some churches for some unacceptable practices. The church has been encouraged to continue praying for the nation, particularly the youth who are faced with challenges. Maranyane Samagata, BTV News, Maung.
Committee Chairperson for Dinaletsana Neighborhood Watch in Block 7 Gaborone, Mr. William Maboane, says the committee has taken critical steps in making sure that the members' assets are safe these festive holidays. Mr. Maboane noted that this festive season, the committee enlisted the help of more private security guards to watch over their assets while they are away on holiday. Khorata Moranyane with more.
The Dinaletsana Neighborhood Watch Committee, which started back in 2013, was formed with the intentions of curbing crime in Block 7 area in Gaborone. The committee chairperson, Mr. William Maboane, said that this action plan has been effective over the years and they have engaged more security guards this year to ensure that their property and assets are secure during this festive holidays.
Bana ba rona ba tshwanetse ba thokgame ba ne le thokgamo ha ba tshamekelang teng ba ska ba tshaba batho ba ska ba tshosediwa kope ba ska ba phamolelwa difounu tsa bone tse di ba rekelang re be re tswa ka one mogopolo gore re tlhokana le batho le mogopolo wa gore go ne le ntebela ke go lebele nyama ba leka banna ba rona ba le bomme ba dira tiro e ntle ya diragala.
Neighborhood watches have been growing rapidly as they are an effective way of ensuring safe communities.
Hey, tiro security sa neighborhood watch sometimes especially na go ina di holiday yana ga berekiwa ebe ba itse gore banga di jarata ba tsamaile ya no gona le chance tse dintsi tsa gore ba ka tsena mo mantung especially na go tsa bo 4-2-1 ene bila ka ba ganna le pulanyana e riana kre ba itse le rona re tshaba pula pele nako ya bone ba berekela mo go yone eo ka gore advantage ya pula intsi thata e be re tshabila no gore re jarata ka e sena opeana ba dirisa advantage ya teng ha ba taba tsana la maele la tebere ke metsi a tshitse terata ha nke ra ya attend pula yana tata re bona na re nna pula sena 9 after 30 minutes a re gore ga re ithala gore nya le batile butswe mo nga jarata ha yo mme ha re molletsa re bala re nya na ha ke yo.
Dinaletsana Neighborhood Watch Committee works hand in hand with the Botswana Police Services to prevent crime. Khorata Moranyane, BTV News, Gaborone.
Now, as part of the festive season culture of sharing and spending time with family, the Sisa family gathered in Nata to honor the legacy of their great-grandfather, Simon Tobane Sisa, a man who played a vital role in the history of Botswana. Abigail Madorobo with more.
In 1895, the late Simeon Tobane Seisas accompanied the three Dikgosi from Botswana, being Khama III, Sibele I, and Batoon I, on their journey to seek independence in Britain. His main role was interpreter, But according to the family spokesperson, who is named after his grandfather, Mr. Simon Seisa, says the Seisa's legacy extends beyond his role as an interpreter.
Haso khoma a go itsise khama Sisa aba mo dira a kene Simeon akere aba mo dira private secretary le English interpreter ke yone title ya gagwe jaanong kana ene se hela gore o dira tiro eo na dira ene tiro e kotsi e leng gore ha ngwana a rongwa ka pitsi mahelong a thata a leng gore ga go tsenetsene hela jaanong ke gone khama lena a dumalana le Willoughby gore a go re boneng gore ga tere ka dira jang ka kgannye khama mme ka thotloetso ya Reverend Willoughby le Sisa ba bitsa dikgosi tse dingwe ba go tsone sebele kgosi sebele kgosi ba thoeng gore a khanke ba ga itshoyo mme ka tsela e ntseng jalo ba dumalana bo 1894 go la ko 1895 gore ba ye go kopa itshireletso.
Motivational speaker Ms. Kebonyi Tsalaletsa Linda Men highlighted that family reunions are crucial as they bring families together and are a symbol of love, promoting tolerance against family members. She also urged family members to work towards cultivating and maintaining family unity.
In family, there are a lot of things that hold us together. I've just stipulated a few things. Loyalty. We need to be loyal to each other. And I cannot overlook that side, because for all the families to come here from all different parts of the world or the Southern Africa, it shows our loyalty to each other. Strong families have a sense of loyalty and devotion toward family members.
The Seisa's family invited other family members from Lesotho and South Africa to honor the life of their forefather, celebrating his noteworthy input towards Botswana's protection and subsequent independence. Seisa's was also pivotal in advocating for education and literacy in Botswana and was instrumental in the establishment of the first mission school in the country. Abigail Madorobo, BTV News, Nata.
Winds and rain that happened early Saturday morning have left several hundred goats and sheep dead in Kois village in the Kalahari South district. Farmers say they suspect that the small stock was killed by the overnight cold weather conditions caused by the storm.
2023 is ending on a painful note for farmers in Kois, as strong winds and rain robbed them of most of their small stock, which is their source of livelihood. They pointed out that the only goats and sheep that survived the storm were the ones that were left to roam freely on Saturday night, as they were able to hide under trees for shelter.
29 re tla re tsana mo sa gabri tlhala dipudi di ka tshwara 30 di kopanye le dinko le dikwanyana le dipotsane di rapaletse mo sakeng tse dingwe di ragaraga tse dingwe di sedisu.
We lost 30 small stock due to heavy rains.
Go tshwara ka bo 10 bo 11 tsa tsile simolla go tswa tse dingwenyana bi di kgona go tshwara bothithonyana bogolo yang dipotsanyane di bi di ka kgona go tsamaya.
Ke fetse ke dipudi di sebe ana dipudi tse ke tsamana ke ona ke mohitla ka.
I lost 7 goats that were given to me by my late son.
A re mma dipudinyana ke tseoa o sale ka tsone o sale o ithusa ka tsone.
Dipudi tsa ka di sule di ka tshwara 25.
I think we lost close to 100 small stock.
Tlhalla gore go sule o mongwe go sule 25 yo mongwe 15 yo mongwe 9 yo mongwe 8.
The same disaster also befell government-owned Lubu Farm, which is less than 5 kilometers from Kois.
Mo mosong wa teng re tsogile re itlhala go sule dipudi ka na 36 go tlakana go tlhele dinku ya di 28 le one ya dira.
Here in Lubu, we have so far lost 56 small stock.
Mo bogompieko se tsa re tsamaya mo palong ya 56 di hutsane tsotlhe tse leng gore di sule.
Farmers say they will take precaution by building kraals with shelter to protect their livestock from future unfavorable weather conditions.
Ke o lebogela Dipotsane, BTV News, quiz.
Meanwhile, rain and hailstorm hit Tsabong village this weekend, leaving some residents fascinated by the showers of hailstones which transformed the aesthetic of the village. Some residents say that they were experiencing such a display of nature for the first time. Ke o lebogile Dipotsane once more.
A few areas in Tsabong were covered with hailstones the size of marbles after a brief hailstorm hit the village over the weekend. Even though the hailstorm caused minor damage to the environment and property, some residents say they are grateful for the rainy season after experiencing extreme heat for a few months.
It
was a wonder to watch the hailstones coming down from the sky with torrential rain and strong winds.
This
is my first time experiencing this. According to Khosi David Toto of Tsabong, the natural phenomenon last happened many years ago. I first saw such big hailstones when I was still a young boy. Khosi Toto urged farmers to plow their fields as Kgalagadi South received good rains this week. Dipotsane, BTV News, Tsabong.
Thank you for staying with us on BTV News. Now, Member of Parliament for Molapo-Abojang, Matete, who is also the Minister of Health, Dr. Edwin Dikoloti, says hosting traditional choir competitions is critical in preserving culture, bringing the community together and a way of entertainment. This event, which is being hosted for the first time in his district, will last for a week and has brought choirs from different districts to compete. Lone Sekobo reports.
Organizing traditional choirs competitions is another means for Botswana to generate income, as the government is encouraging them to use their ploughing fields to venture into any form of tourism to help create employment. Dr. Dikoloti stated that this event does not only promote culture, but also supports participation of small businesses, tourism and physical fitness.
Re batla gore re dire mo go teng sports tourism mo go tsamaelanang le maitlamo a neng ra ipelepele re le puso ka 2019 a gore re hetole masimo a rona gore e nne sengwe se se ka kgonang gore direla letseno. So mo ngwageng re simolotse go lekeletsa ga o ka lebela thulaganyo e go simolola gampieno go fitlhela ka di-2 re tla borela le tse dikhwaere ka go harologana re le tse dikhwaere go tswa as far as Metse Motlhabe, Maokane, Skutlane, mme re batla gore re kgone gore re godise thulaganyo go a pele ka gore mo go yone go na le a lot of content from dikhwaere ya ka ntse bana ba tlhama dipina ka go harologana tse e leng gore le tsone ke dingwe tse e leng gore di itisa molaetsa ko barating ba tsone.
As this event marks its first edition, competitors hope for more support to turn the event into an income-generating business.
Gompieno re ha a ka re go ha famu a go hapegileng e seng jaaka ka le ropela ile ko malapeng me ibile gompieno dikhwaere di tharo seng jaaka ke ropela 22 ya ka ile pele sego so se ra se itumela me ka gore ga se supa kgolo ya moopelo wa dikhwaere batho ba nkana ba tsa go dikhwaere ke diwe tsa batho ba go maisimela ba ile ngore gongwe ga ba tlhabologa me rona ga re di tsejalo re tsa dikhwaere le moopelo ba rona go Setswana o ile ngore o ka tsisa bojanala ba ka tla go bona moopelo wa dikhwaere ba itumela rona ga ba lebelela di nomoro di pedi number tsa Afrika borwa di teng gone ha
be se itumedisang thata ke go bona batho ba le bantsi thata ra mme bile ba kgona go reetsa ga re opela ba reetsa gore re bua re so se re ntse re se tlhoka thata mo bathong gore ba kgone go lemoga gore dikhwaere le tsone di na le molaetsa ga se go tlahela be re itatlhala mo lebaleng re tle re betsa hela re tsa molaetsa go bathong ya ka molaetsa motona gantele ke bona monno mongwe a itsheka dikeledi go opela pina re go pola mogaka wa rona go master re ditemogetse go tse dintsi gore re kgona gore ko masimo re tlhabolle masimo re kgone gore letseno ko masimo le nneteng ka gore re bona bontsi jwa batho ba ganela ko ditoropong le one ngwao ya rona ra itlhokomolosa se se diragatseng go tsone ke se lebogetsela thata ka gore
Traditional choirs helps in molding young people into responsible individuals.
Go monate so go re tswela maduo because ha go ntse yana always re nna le di-business ba dikgwebo potlana ra thusega.
Puso ya letsatsi e bua ka tata ka tourism a o ka ela tlhoko go ha re na le ditšhaba tse dintsi tse di tswang mo gangwaketse wa go tsena ko metsi motlhabe ya ka dikhwaere tse metsi di motlhabe di le ha le maAfrika morwa mangwe re ba bone ha so ke yone go promota tourism tota ka ha go ntseng ka teng.
Dr. Dikolothi urged the society to celebrate New Year with intention to promote good health by trying to have proper meals and exercising. Lone Sekobo, BTV News, Tshwenagane.
Various church denominations in Serowe are getting ready for crossover services at different locations within the village. The evangelical event normally attracts multitudes of people who seek to begin the new year in the presence of God. Monica Setwaila.
With only a few hours left to mark the end of 2023, a lot of people are busy planning on how to end the year. However, different church denominations in Serowe village are also busy preparing for crossover services, which marks the beginning of a new year. Believers view this time as a moment to seek divine encounter and direction for the new year.
Kana la re ka tswa le ba ruti re bua le go la modimo ga re rete re cancel motho o mongwe ga a tsena mo kerekeng ga to ke gore a profitiwe ga to ke gore a tsengwe bata yo mongwe o tlhokela gore ke mo hethetso ko ra bue a ba hetse ke mo reditse ke be ke sa mo re sepe gone mo go le no se go mo lekane
re tla mo ngwageng re ntse re lebeletse mo dikgwetlhong mo maitumelong otlhe a re ntseng re na le one re lebile gore mme gone bolenteng ba modimo mo matshelong a rona jaaka ga re ne re hilwe molaetswa ke profete wa rona re tla be re ntse re gata jang mme ebile go ya pele re digela ka legato le le ntseng jang re kgotsogetse mo maikutlong gore ka boammaaruri molaetsa o re neng re o hilwe ke profete wa rona o diragetse mo matshelong a rona ra o bona jaaka ga re tla be re le mo lenaneong la maitseboa ano re na le thulaganyo ya gore batho ba hema paki a gore modimo o tla ba babaletse jang a ba godisa jang a ba somaretse jang.
For some churches, the 31st of December is a normal day.
Ga re na bo crossover, ga re na bo meletelo, ga re na hela ya ka ne re go le Sunday so it was normal service jaaka sengwe le sengwe ka moso ka bo 3:30 e tla be re gone re tanga ha re ta go tshwara conference mme le conference a teng ke therohela mo go kwa molemo ga gona space se se dirwa a bo re na re ba re hela re butana le le go la modimo go fedi.
As many are looking forward for new opportunities and improvement of life in the new year, there are issues to observe as believers.
Amotho mongwe le mongwe a nne le letshwao le le mo kayang ele molatedi wa modimo mme ha we bala mo go John 13:35 e a re batho ba me re a ke a go itse gore ke batho ba me ha ba ratana. Therefore, letshwao le re buang ka lone la mo Kriste ke lorato.
As the public enters into the new year, they were encouraged to be cognizant of the power of prayer, as it is believed to be a solution to all their predicaments. Monica Setwaila, BTV News, Serowe.
Now, the aftermath of the devastating wildfires that ravaged the grazing land early this year in the southern and Kalahari districts has resulted in farmers losing their livestock due to poor grazing pastures. Farmers highlighted that because of the burnt grazing land, they are losing livestock at an alarming rate. Tato Ranna.
The loss of cattle for farmers in the southern region comes at a time when Botswana are encouraged to venture into farming in order to sustain themselves as well as to contribute to the country's food security. However, poor grazing pastures caused by the wildfires are demoralizing some farmers.
Di simolla go swa mme go swa ga teng e lwa ntlha ke go bona ka gore go ne go di iswa ka dipalo tse di go godimo tse mo tse nne ka re ha ke bona di iswa ke be ke tsa gore a se gore di jele sengwe go mme ha ke ela tlhoko ke be ke bona gore tota go le uba
melelo ya naga tota ke one go tlhile naga ka gore naga se ke go nne le tlhaga yanong tlhaga e ne le gane go tswa dibokonyana e tsena dibokonyana ga gare o ka re se hamba ka ntlwana sebokonyana se le sone gore a re ke sone se se khosang dintho tse dintsintsi tsa dikgomotse le yone tlhaganyana e tswa mo gone mo lonošao e na le gala ka boyone ka gore ga go na letsatsi yane a swao ene tlhola e swebile ya le motshaga gore o tlha go tlha letsatsi le a bophirima.
Even after such devastation, some farmers remain hopeful and intend to continue rearing livestock.
Ke tatlhegelo ye go godimo a o latlhegelwa ke dikgomo di le 50 mo botshelong jwa gampieno jo e leng gore nna ebile ke ikagile ka botshelo jwa kgomo ke selo le khuranyo ya melo mme ebile gongwe tautuna le ene ke lo ikare lo nkisetse molaetsa wa gore bogolo e re a go pola ba bangwe le nna ntebe mme a ka nteba ka boela ka gore tse di setseng tse tlhano tsone ha nka di tsenya po ke solela gore di tla tsala hela jaaka tsa ntlhanne di a tsala.
Farmers pleaded with the nation to stop causing wildfires as it is evident that no good comes out of it. Tatorana, BTV News, Khaime.
The Kanye Central Police Station Commander Superintendent Vincent Bizizile has applauded residents for their well-behaved celebrations of this festive season, especially during Christmas. Superintendent Bizizile says they have registered only 3 cases of different criminal activities during Christmas festivities. Kisarofetse Makwinja.
There were about 3 cases that were registered, and that is of a date rape case following a relationship that was initiated on Facebook and left a woman who was the victim with no proof to trace the perpetrator after she was robbed of her cell phone. Another case involved a lady whose phone was snatched at a festival celebration, and the last one is of stock theft.
Ba bona koloi nngwe ya modiro ya Toyota e tshweu e la isitse dipudi di hera bongwe mme a re ha ba botsa le kawana leo gore di tswa kae di a kae bosigo reo a phuaganya koloi ga mmogo le dipudi tsone tseo a ina naga ene monga koloi a re na inetse makeneke mongwe gore a ye go mo bankanyetsa ga ine tshwantse gore e bankangwe teng.
Superintendent Bizizile also encouraged Botswana, especially the youth, to avoid exposing themselves to situations and places that can place their lives at risk during the festival celebrations.
Letsatsi le tshwana hela le malatsi a mangwe a boitumelo e nne bo e leng gore motho e tla re phakela a itse gore o letsa a dirileng go se ka ga itontelwa notagi mo e leng gore motho o hella a sa itse gore mme maabane gone o dirileng ha kae ba ga maila ba go kgaoganya dingwaga go sena boitumelo bo bo heteletseng e nne boitumelela jaaka bone bontsi ka di 25.
The Kanye Central Police also appealed to the public and the farming community to come and view some of the goats in their custody and produce some proof of ownership to claim back their livestock. Kisarofetse Makwinja, BTV News, Kanye.
Botswana embarking on cross-border travels to various destinations are implored to familiarize themselves with the requirements and regulations of travel of those countries to avoid inconveniences. This was said by Ms. Angela Sigwele, the officer in charge of Mamuno border post. Angela, Enosa with more.
This period in the year is one whereby many embark on travel expeditions to various destinations, some taking them beyond the border. However, many tend to just travel to their countries of choice without properly establishing the travel regulations of those said countries.
sekao ile gone gore re na le Batswana ba ne ba busiwa ha bordereng ya Namibia ba sa kgone go supa sepe se leng gore koloi e ba tsamayang ka yone sente ke a gamang mme go botlhokwa gore ha o tsamaya ka koloi ya go bo tshotse copy ya blue book e supang gore koloi ke ya gago mme ha ile gore koloi ga se ya gago o bo tshotse sengwe se se supang gore o letelesegile gore o ka tsamaya ka yone koloi yone eo mme ebile ke a gamang.
Traveling with minors continues to present challenges, which border officials aim to eliminate.
Ha o tsamaya le ngwana yo go tlase ga dingwaga tse 18 le ha a tshotse o mang o tshwanetse gore o bo tshotse birth certificate e supang gore ngwana yo ke wa ga mang le gone gore a o leteletse gore o tsamaya le ene ha ile gore ngwana ga se wa gago motsadi o sa tsamayeng o tshwanetse gore a ba kwadile go letela gore o ka tsamaya le ngwana o le motsadi yo mongwe. Birth certificate ga se traveling document mo Botswana di traveling document tse leng gore di letelesegile ke yone o mang le passport. Di affidavit tsa rona tse re leng gore di kwalela bana ba ba re tsamayang ka bone re tlola molelwane ke gore di tshwanetse gore be di kwadilwe ka sekgowa.
Meanwhile, the use of the Omang as a travel document as well as operating 24 hours for the Mamuno border post has proven to be a major achievement.
Batho ga ba te ka go kgotlagana ka gone gore go na le gone gore ba ka tsamaya at any time, which has been a very appreciated achievement for the government of Botswana. Go kotsegile hela thata go busa batho ha o lebelela distance e motho a tsamayang go tswa go Gaborone go a go tsena kwano, which is around 800 kilometers e be ra tsena kwano go mmusetsa gone gore ngwe passport e jelo ke dipeba go botlhoko mara re nya nitsisa o mang ke go thusa o tsweledise mosepele o sa mmusetse go morago.
Over the past 2 weeks, close to 22,000 people have crossed the Mamuno border post, compared to 18,000 within the same period last year, a 16% increment. Angela Nosa, BTV News, Mamuno.
Now, in our last story, as the festive season spirals to the apex, paving way for the new year in a few hours, new hairstyles and beauty trends made highlights in the streets with vibrant colors and funky styles. The local hairstylists and their clientele are beaming with positivity and confidence to welcome the year 2024. Karabo Mulusi reports.
During the festive season, rocking new trending hairstyles, makeup and clothing is no surprise as it makes up a subculture in the local beauty industry. To stay on their A-game, the local beauty artists refer to the internet for the trending funkiest styles to fulfill their customers' desires and make a killing during this period.
Peno go irwa dinotletela mo go harologaneng tse le gore tse di telle ke tsone tse le gore tsene di dira ka gore hampieno ana ne re thagala ma phakela ka 6 re chaisa ka bo 12 bo 1 bo 2.
There is this thing called soft glam and full glam. I realized gore batho ba prefer a soft glam and this lashes tse di extra long bo 6D bo 3D tse di tona tota motho te ba dira makeup all soft all naturally eno gore ga o bonale and then aba tsenya dintsi tse eno gore di a popa dinna and the lashes was big for the makeup.
Internet e re thusa thata mo hairdressing re thabolotse boitsanepe ja rona mo hairdressing hela gore o nne monte o iponole gape le ga setšhaba yana o tsena ka hairdresser ra pele.
The self-care, love and beauty expression during the festive season has proved to be a common practice across all age groups and gender. The clients treat themselves to a package encompassing hairstyles, makeup and clothing trends.
I did knotless braids. I decided to go wild this time around. I wanted something not too basic. I wanted to be out there and be, wild. For 2023 most, so yeah, that was the inspo.
Ke bone e ka ntshwana gore ke khone go crossover ka yone go kerekeng khantele. So gore ke galalle
le rona banna ra itira ya ka bona ke dirwa jana go le festive so mo se di ba phiko re gatetse pele thata ke tsa gore le banna ba bangwe ba tana ba ntse ba tsweletse ba dira gape makeup is good for aging ya ka ne ke bua di wrinkles nyana hale ra dia wa di thiba.
The highly anticipated crossover into the year 2024, counting hours, promises a hearth-turning display of beauty at various gatherings.
They say when you look good, you do feel good. Beauty boosts the confidence
and mental health. Karabo Molusi, BTV News, Silibi Pikwe.
And we now take sports news with Men Tebogang Sebetlela. Men Tebogang.
Hello, Komatego.
I see you colorful, ready to welcome the new year.
Oh, God. I'm so happy about this. You know, normally when bad things happen, you just want to cross over to the other year. Because this is a year that I lost my father, September. So I'm willing and hopeful for a better 2024.
I'm sorry about that. We're looking forward to better things in 2024. Yes, I lost a lot of things.
You are going to regain them.
Yeah, amen, amen. Well, over to you, man.
Thank you very much, Komotsego. Now, Botswana Tonight Sports News follows with me, Ntabogang Sebetlela. The men's national cricket team captain, Karabo Motlhanka, said he's impressed with his team after they finished third at the 2023 Africa Cricket Association Africa T20 Cup, which was held in Benoni, Gauteng, South Africa. Ryan Kangonyani with more.
Captain Motlhanka said he was impressed with his team, which had a lot of young stars who also came to the party and gave them a boost as a team as they finished third behind champions Uganda and runners-up Kenya.
I think the performance, particularly in the Continent Cup in Kenya, we left a little bit to be desired. I think we didn't win as many matches as we wanted, even though we came third. It is tough to beat Kenya and Uganda, but we want to be closer to them. Once again, we went to the Africa finals, having qualified in May, and we came third. Last year we lost the semi-final. We lost the semi-final again this year, unfortunately, but we came third again behind Uganda and Kenya. So our goal probably going forward is somehow to try and bridge that gap we have with them. In terms of the Africa Cup finals, it was quite difficult because this time we took a very young team. I think we had maybe 3 teenagers, maybe 2-3 other guys also in the early 20s for 2021. We had four new people who hadn't represented the team before going to the finals with us, but they had worked hard and they deserved the place that they got in the team. So it was particularly hard because we didn't quite have the experience that we used to call upon before, but we're still proud of the showing that the boys gave us.
Despite finishing third, he said that batting had a lot to be desired at times as they lacked that push to register over 130 runs in a single game.
2 things I think were main contributors. It was the conditions. I think if you followed the scores for most of the tournament, it was difficult for teams to get much above 130 in the 20 overs. It happened on only maybe 3 or 4 occasions that teams went past that mark. The other thing is that, like I said, we had a very young team, so we had a lot of inexperience, especially in our batting lineup. It's something that we have struggled with before, it is our batting. But I think given the situation we were under, I think we'll take the 3rd position because we didn't really think that we'd get that far.
Motlhanka, who bagged the Player of the Series award, said playing more matches will go a long way in improving their performance as a whole.
To be honest, I think when you compare 2022 and 2023, 2023 we played more international matches, but 2022 we played more matches overall. I think in 2022 as a team we played almost 30 matches. This year I think it's just above 20, slightly less, but it's good that in the last 2 years that we've had as much cricket. If we can continue that trend of more matches, because you look at a team like Rwanda, their performance has come up a lot in the last couple of years because they've played almost in the last 2.5 years, maybe close to 70 international matches. So those are competitive international matches, and I think that is something that we need to look at and try and get more matches, because that's how then people get to deal with situations within games, having experienced it before. I hope that we can also host something at home so that we can also build our fan base and bring people towards the game if we have our national team playing here at home.
Team Botswana, who were in Group B with Ghana, Sierra Leone and Kenya, finished second due to their better net run rate after losing to Kenya and Sierra Leone while registering a win against Ghana. They went on to face Uganda in the semi-final, where they were unfortunately knocked out after managing a mere 62 runs all out. However, all was not lost as they managed to redeem themselves in the third place playoff against Malawi, winning it by 3 wickets and finishing in third place overall. Ryan Khenguyani, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Opportunity for the skipper. Yes, taken.
Masitauka Football Club Director Halirale Bana and his club chairman Godfrey Ratlagam had a meeting with the club supporters to update them on the affairs of their club in a meeting that was held at Molepola Sports Complex recently. Rale Bana and his chairman informed the supporters that the management contract, which include ownership of the team, needs to be reviewed to allow the supporters to consider taking club ownership of the club or to get into partnerships with other potential owners. The current management is open to other options of management or ownership, which include organized supporters to take responsibility of the club or a portion of the club shares. The management is still, however, committed to the club's development and will consider suggestions from the supporters. And now, Botswana Table Tennis Association Public Relations Officer Tsogofatso Malepa says they have had an eventful year, especially with youth development, as their centers have produced a large number of young players who were outstanding in different BTTA tournaments. Komzos Fago compiled the report.
Malepa said despite the absence of school sport, their youth programs are doing well as they have made sure that all their 3 centers in Maung, Mabela, Pudi and Bontling are well equipped with the necessary resources and personnel. She said they have more than 200 players in the centers.
In the next 4 years, we are targeting the preschool, as early as 5 years old. The mini tables they are designed for them. Is compared to the mini tables they are specific for the ages. So far, the active centers are 3 that are active. We had also ensured the other centers that are the tournament. The first the under 11 tournament. It shows indeed the result the coach we had seen results, we have seen we had potential medal like they just ended international tournament male medals the junior category next year the All Africa Junior Championships the Commonwealth Youth Championships more of the medals in this category.
Malepa said with their new strategy they will continue working with different stakeholders to develop their sport from grassroots.
In the next year, we look forward to implementing an academy to be centered more recruit them. Even leha school sport. Rona di kolse le gore re dirisanya natso se leng gore re isitse ya lo ditafolo go bona go eleng gore na le batshamiki ya lo ba table tennis ba ileng gore ba dithokometse kana ma teacher ba ntse ba dira lo ka lorato. So ha go sena po eleng gore can take care of this equipment gonna dingalo di equipment ra di sa e be di nna hela go di simotiriso at e be re hela ile gore tsamo re hela ina gore di tse re di se go eleng gore they will be put to use ga se 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 le gore re batla go se dira mo nako ya gompieno. We want to look for active people ba ileng gore ba phataletse ba ileng gore ba tshameka this motshameko wa spailane eleng gore ba tata ba rutuntsha bana ke sengwe se eleng gore ra se dira ebile is in place. Re ne re na le gape the coaching courses se eleng gore ile equipment e ntšha eta be re rutuntsha yalo di coach ga mmogo le ba ruta bana ba ile gore they were interested in the sports.
As part of their mandate to expose young players to more competitions, the BTTA will be aimed to host more international tournaments.
We're going to have our normal local tournaments. League here normally runs for 3 months. We have the star contender or Africa Youth Championships, the Commonwealth Championships. From the 15 to the 21 Africa Youth Championships. Then from the 23 to the 28 the Commonwealth Youth Championships. The target is 15, under 15 and under 19. The annual Botswana International Open Tournament sponsor by Phoenix we can look forward to seeing what the next calendar of events are now.
Botswana Table Tennis Association ended their year with the Phoenix Insurance Botswana International Open, where Botswana won gold in the under 15 boys and girls as well as the under 12 girls category. Khomzo Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
From BTV Botswana Tonight Sports Desk, that is all we had for you for the year 2023. Remember today's date, read like 123, 123. And it is said it actually depicts a spiritual awakening and also feels like a mental preparation for a year that will bring a completely new energetic landscape from BTV Sports, we hope you embrace this energy as we welcome 2024. It's all in the mind. Mindset change. Now back to Khomotsaho to give you the back hats. My lady.
Merci, Betlela. Thank you so much for being with us this evening.
Thank you very much and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year in advance.
Thank you.
Let us take a look at the headlines once again. Participation in traditional choir competitions said to have a positive impact on well-being. Churches have been implored to partner with government for sustainable development. And Masitaoka Football Club officials have emphasized the need to review the team's management contract. And that is the news we had for you this evening. We wish you a merry, wonderful, prosperous New Year 2024. Stand by for the weather update and good night.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Samuel Ramotont. The following are some of the rainfall amounts that were recorded this morning at 8 o'clock. 14 millimeters at Tsabo Met Station, 4 at Veda Met Station, 3 at Matkathi, Sarast Border Post, 1 at Good Hope Met Station, Matsweri Wildlife Camp and Mau Met Station. Well, the current satellite picture shows clouds are visible over most areas of the country, and this blue color shows developing thunderstorms, which may possibly thunder or shower tonight over some areas of the country. Tomorrow, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions over most areas of the country, with the possibility of isolated thunder showers over some areas of southeast Gauteng, central, northeast, Chobe, Ngamiland, and Hines. In the morning, we're expecting warm temperatures over Kalahari, southern, southeast, Gauteng, southern, central, and northeast, with the minimums ranging from 18 to 19 degrees Celsius. But over northern, central, Chobe, Ngamiland, and Hines, we're expecting hot temperatures in the morning, with the minimums ranging from 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, hot temperatures are expected over the entire country, with the maximums ranging from 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. And as for some cities in southern Africa, showers are expected over Manzini, Maseru, and Port Elizabeth, but over Johannesburg, we're expecting few pairs of clouds to be visible, and clear skies are expected over Upington and Cape Town. Showers are also expected over Antananarivo, Beira, and Lusaka, but over Harare and Windhoek, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions. Showers are expected over Luanda, Kinshasa, Blantyre, and Dar es Salaam. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.